organization is Voice of the Youth. It's a mentor and leadership program. So when I'm hearing about organizations and I'm listening to all the beautiful things that everyone's talking about, and what I look at in our community, especially the fact that we need more mentors. Key thing. Because if you look at our school and the incarceration rate of people going in from school into the prison system, when you look around, what is the majority of our schools? Who is teaching our kids? Who's teaching our kids?
Not us.
You see? Right? And then as we have Black Friday about to approach us, we will have more parents at a Black Friday event than at a PTA meeting or at their school for their children to campaign for their child when certain things happen. It's almost like we are saying it's okay for the oppressor to take our child for the 10 hours they're there and teach them everything and program everything they need. And then they'll be okay when they get home. They'll be okay when they get on the streets. So what I have done, a person as myself, my name is Berry Accius. I'm the CEO of Voice of the Youth. That is Voice of the Youth. You can hit me on Facebook, Voice of the Youth, #1. I have business cards. I'll get that later. What I've done is I've looked at my own life. I checked it out. I said, who and how was I influenced? I was influenced not by my father, though I had one. I was influenced by all my peers. And those peers were influenced by all their peers. And I grew up in the crack 80s. So you know what I'm talking about. I grew up in an era where drug dealing was the name of the game. I grew up in an era where Michael Jordan was cool, but Nino Brown and Scarface was better. So we was hustlers. We was players. I grew up in the era when hip-hop emerged. It wasn't the hip-hop that we watching and listening to right now. It was that real. It had substance, and of course it had that other. But remember, it had a balance. You know that balance. So in what we do, Voice of the Youth, we create that balance. We don't only work with the brothers, we also work with the sisters. We don't just work with the 12, the 14, and 15-year-olds. We work from 15 all the way up to 25. Because you got to remember, in mentorship is when you start mentoring them to become a man or a woman. We lose principle because what we do is when they turn 18, you can go. Go. You a man now. You a woman. You gonna have to fend for yourself. But when we look at the others, support, 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 support. It's so much support, they can even support someone else's kid. Because systematically, when we talk about organization, there's nothing that we do as Africans together that is unified, that stays consistent. Where is our consistent organization? Our leadership that we have, there's none. They're not consistent. Because one minute they're talking about black power, and next thing they're kissing someone's ass. And then they forget about the fact that we the people are the people that put them in place, and now they're happy because white supremacy has allowed them to come in, and now they're smiling. So now when something happens with Mike Brown, they're the person that the white people say, go out there and calm those people down. And they show up for the photo op. But when it's real work to be done, they no longer see it. So someone can tell me about all the good stuff Jesse Jackson has done, or Sharpton has done, but then I say to you, what have they done lately? Because right now, we are still in bondage. Right now, we still have our young black unarmed youth getting murdered. In Brooklyn, New York, age 28, a young man walking with his girlfriend got murdered. An aspiring actor, about to go visit his mom in Florida for the holidays, got murdered. And the New York PD commissioner said, our fault. How many more times are we going to hear our fault? We apologize. I'm sorry. And where is the organization for the people to rally up, to be at that police station right there, front and center, demanding that officer be stripped of his badge? This is the reason why we are slapped around, thrown around, because we are not taking care of our own. And in mentorship and the things that we do as mentors, and you don't have to have a degree, even though some people will say, well, what makes you a mentor? Hey, my life has made me a mentor. Understand what I'm saying? We need to make sure that we fulfill our obligation to go into these schools and mentor our youth so those young children can see that there's someone of a presence that looks like them, that's right, that's gone through the same struggle, can identify, and like my brothers have spoken to me, can speak their same language. We don't have that. So we need to make sure that our presence are felt in some of the most important places where our kids are brainwashed, and that is the public fool system. Not the school system, the public fool system. Understand what I'm saying? Because, trust me, if it wasn't in Richmond, California, where we are right now, if we were maybe somewhere in Pinole, in a nice little suburb area, they're going to have a top-notch school. But you just right here sitting in Richmond, ain't nobody care about nothing. They just expect your kids just to figure it all out. And that's where we have to now look at ourselves as we become part of the problem. Because if we are not making a conscious effort, and that does not have to be your brother or sister, that doesn't have to be any kin of you, you just have to be a willing body to say, young lady, I think you need me to come over here and help you. That hair, and say something, not just look. Grab that person and say, give me a call. They won't even know why. Like, what you want me to call you? Give me a call. That's the type of stuff that we have to do. We cannot longer look and be organized like this and have these group meetings, but then when we go out here, we don't even try to use the things that we are taught to our youth outside there. Because then when we try to do that, the youth don't want to listen, because where were you at when I needed you? That's right. Where were you at when I was in 3rd grade? Where were you at when the 5th grade teacher was telling me I had ADHD and I wasn't going to be better than Johnny and put me in this stupid class? Where were you? These are the things that we have to do. We have to mentor. And mentor doesn't mean you have to create an organization. Mentor just means that you have to be fully aware and understanding the need and services of our community. And go there and become a focal person that can sit there and speak for the rights of our youth. Help those parents that need help to parent. Not telling them that they're, I don't know how you got a baby. No. Encouraging them. Giving them some healthy solutions. Because no longer do we have the family structure where we have the grandma, we have the grandfather, we have the auntie, uncle. We don't have that village. As much as we have the brothers and sisters that won't go on the back of the bus, we don't have a village anymore. Everybody wants to sit there in their own space. That's not my problem. And it starts from every single one of us as individuals. We are allowing the musicians to be playing their music. Why? Because we haven't shut them off. That's right. We are allowing the politicians to be crooks. Why? Because we continue to vote, or we don't start our own organization, our own national movement to sit there and say, Republicans, Democrats, thank you, you haven't helped us. We're going to do our own. And it starts from here to bridging the gap from, yes, we're in Sacramento, but I'm right here in Richmond. There is no reason why we should all be Facebook friends, Twitter friends, Instagram friends, LinkedIn friends. That's how we get our youth. That's right. Because if we're all speaking the same language, if you can't talk to a youth, give them to me. If I can't talk to you, I'll give it to one of y'all. If there's sisters that come in here, they want to sit there and see some brand Nubian sisters that is natural and is confidence, I bring them to you. But we have to start doing that, my brothers and sisters. Or all this conversation, all this organization, and all this greatness that we do, we just keep it to ourselves. Because one thing that we are, black people are the most powerful people, but the most powerless people because we don't use our power. Hear me when I say that one more time. We are the most powerful people, but the most powerless people because we do not use our power. Let us use our power, and some of that power is in mentorship. Thank you very much.